Sixth grade. In this video, I'm going to do 3 problems from 8.1 worksheet number 1. I'll do numbers 12, 19, and 20. Number 12, you're given the percent 60%. To take this to a decimal, you're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So again, you write in alphabetical order D and P. D comes before P in the alphabet. If you have a percent, to go back to a decimal, you go 2 to the left. So here's the decimal right here. Remember, when the decimal is not written, it's at the very end of the number. So you're going 2 places to the left, 1, 2, and that's the new decimal point. So your decimal is 0.60, which is 60 hundredths. Now if you have a 0 at the end of the decimal, that 0 is really not necessary. You can take it off. And you would read this then as 6 tenths. Remember, when you move the decimal 2 places to the left, that's like dividing by 100. So 60 divided by 100 will give you 0.6. 6 tenths or 60 hundredths if you have the 0 in there. Now, finally, to go to a fraction, you can write, if I had this as 60 hundredths, you can write it as 60 over 100. 60 over 100. Now, that is a fraction to represent this percent, but if I want the fraction in simplest form, I need to divide the top and the bottom by a number that they're both divisible by. They're both divisible by 20. If I divide both the top and the bottom by 20, I would get 3/5. So 3/5 is in simplest form. Okay? If I leave the decimal as 6 tenths, then I have 6 tenths, and 6 and 10 are both divisible by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I still get the same answer. 3/5 is the simplest form. So I have percent, decimal, fraction in simplest form. Number 19, I have 100%. Okay, so take this to a decimal. I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. The decimal is right here after the last 0 in 100. If I go 2 to the left, 1, 2, then the decimal is right there. The decimal is 1.0. Now 1.0 is the same thing as 1. So really I don't need the 0.0. I can just write this as 1. So if I have 100%, I have a whole, 1 whole, which is 1. Okay, now to write this as a fraction, I have 100%, so 100 out of 100. 100 out of 100 is just 1. So 1 over 1, right? This is like dividing the top and the bottom by 100. 100 divided by 100 is 1. 100 divided by 100 is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. Okay, so I have 100%, which is like 1.0, or just 1, which is like 1 as a fraction. 1 over 1, which is 1. Finally, number 20. Number 20, you have 1.5%. So same thing, I'm going to go 2 places to the left with my decimal. The decimal is right here. I see the decimal now. I'm going to go 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. I have to add a placeholder 0 right here so that I can see how the decimal is moving. I go 2 to the left. My decimal is there. So my new number is 0.015. 0.015. I read that number as 15 thousandths. 15 thousandths. Okay, so if I read it as 15 thousandths, I can write that as 15 over 1,000. That's what that number means, 15 thousandths. I need to simplify that fraction. I need to pick a number that 15 and 1,000 are both divisible by. Since they end in 5 and 0, I know they're both divisible by 5. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 5, I get 3 on top. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. And that is simplest form, 3 over 200. Okay, so I have 1.5%, which is 15 thousandths, which is 15 over 1,000 in fraction form. In simplest form, I get 3 over 200.